Ronald de Alwis, a tall and skillful wicketkeeper from Sri Lanka, had a constant competition with Amal Silva for the number one spot behind the stump. While de Alwis was known for his sharp wicketkeeping skills, Amal Silva was the stronger batsman, which often gave him the edge in the team selection.
The new batsman in, Guy de Alwis. And this certainly was the wicket the Australians were looking for. Ranatunga getting his runs. In 114 minutes of 123 deliveries. Yardley to de Alwis. Drops him on the pad as he goes forward. With 26. And here's Lilly to bowl now to de Mello. Wraps him on the pad. Loud appeal. Gesticulating, a lot of histrionics by the Australian fielders. Umpire Felsinger completely unmoved. Will now bowl to de Alwis. Bowls to Alvis, and Alvis hits this in the air. He's going to be caught or no? Hogg rather slow on the field. Can't get under it. Yardley once more to de Alwis. Again taken on the pad, down to border. The end of a very good over from Yardley. A maiden over. The sixth ball by him. He's bowled 20 overs, 6 maidens, 77 runs, 4 wickets. Lilly bowling unchanged since lunch. Just about 57 minutes of play since lunch. And here is the misfielding there by Yallop. The batsman get a single for it. So de Alwis moving on to 3 and the total to 242 for 7.
Yardley to Guy de Alwis. Where Guy de Alwis goes back, apparently bat and pad. Good length ball by Yardley. 247 then for 8 wickets Sri Lanka. 240.
Sri Lanka in the first over after lunch losing the wicket of Asantha de Mel, and coming in at the fall of the 8th wicket, Guy de Alwis. Guy de Alwis, a pall of gloom hanging over the Sri Lankan supporters as Hogan, and this is hit in the air but safely behind wood as de Alwis has a bash at it. Wessels come round from deep cover. Batsman get 2 runs for it. Hogan to de Alwis, and this one gets a thick outside edge. It's going down towards the boundary. Chappell is behind it, and it will be picked up just inside the boundary as they get 3 runs for it. So 183 for 8. De Alwis moving on to 9. Tung on 18. De Alwis. To now take strike from Yardley, change the field for de Alwis. As Yardley bowls now to de Alwis. Take another pad, and there's a pair is out.
There it is, the 200. 9 wickets down.
De Alwis got his big break when Mahesh Gunathilke left the team and he was picked for the 1982-83 tour of New Zealand. He was one of the 7 players making their debut in the first match at Christchurch. Unfortunately, his performance with the bat was not great. He scored only 0 and 3 although he did manage to take one catch. After that, Amal Silva was chosen from the next game. However, during the New Zealand tour of Sri Lanka, de Alwis caught another chance and kept wickets in all 3 test matches. His glove work was impressive, and although he scored some useful runs down the order, he could not make any big scores. A major injury during the 1984 tour of England was a big blow to his career. In his absence, Amal Silva had a brilliant test match at Lord's and kept his place with consistent performances. Whenever Amal Silva was unavailable due to the illness or injury, de Alwis filled in and kept the wickets cleanly, but his batting did not meet the expected standards in Test cricket. Interestingly, in one-day international, de Alwis proved to be a handy lower-order batsman and added depth to the teams. Ronald de Alwis was born on 15 February 1959 and sadly passed away on 12 January 2013. He represented Sri Lanka in international cricket between 1983 and 1988. Off the field, he was married to the Rasanjali Silva, who herself was a cricketer for the Sri Lankan women's team. In his international test career, Ronald de Alwis played 11 test matches for Sri Lanka, scoring a total of 152 runs at a modest batting average of 10.13, with the highest score of 28. While he did not shine with the bat, his wicket-keeping was solid as he took 21 catches and completed 2 stumpings behind the stumps. In one-day international, he featured in 31 matches where he performed slightly better with the bat, scoring 401 runs at an average of 21.10, including a highest score of 59. He also contributed in the field with 27 catches and 3 stumping in ODIs. Although his batting stats were not extraordinary, Ronald de Alwis remained a dependable and technically sound wicketkeeper throughout his career, both for Sri Lanka and in the domestic cricket.